Welcome everybody, I'm Chris Price and I'm a certified financial planner and an investment advisor representative. And I spend my entire day, my entire career helping individuals with their finances. And one of the biggest questions I get is, how should I pick my investments? What goes into that factor of picking my investments? And one of the biggest areas this is asked is when it comes to our retirement accounts. Think of our 401ks, think of our IRAs, think of these accounts that we spend most of our dollars on, right? We put a lot of money into our retirement accounts, but we have to pick these investments inside them. Remember, these investments are are the engine of your retirement account. You may have a 401k, you may have an IRA, but at the end of the day, these investments inside those accounts, it's what's driving this vehicle for success or for failure. So I want you to use that analogy when you think about picking these different investments, right? You may want to pick investments that are like a high performance engine, something in a sports car, something that will grow fast. But remember, you have to maintain that. You have to monitor that. No different than a sports car. And if you don't, you might experience an expensive repair, right? Markets may go down. There was no adjustment that should have been there. So you might be someone who wants maybe an easier, steadier ride. Maybe not that high growth, but that consistent growth. So you got to kind of figure out what investments fit you. So today we're going to have actually 4 rules that we're going to follow when it comes to picking our investments inside our retirement account. Shockingly enough, that first one is time horizon and risk tolerance. This is unique to everybody. We got to figure out what is our time horizon from when we need this money and how do we feel about risk. And let's talk a little bit about time horizon. When I say time horizon, I don't mean when you're going to retire. I could, but I don't mean when you retire. I mean when you're going to use this money. So if you're somebody who is in their 40s and you're saving for the time period in your 60s, you have the same time horizon as someone in their 60s who's saving for their 80s, right? Because remember, retirement doesn't end as soon as it starts. It's a 20 or 30 year process. So as you're thinking about your time horizon, you need some money when you start retiring, you need some money through your retirement, you need some money through the end of your retirement. So picking your time horizon is super important. The longer time horizon, the more risk you could take. And that risk profile is something that you have to determine yourself. How do you feel when it comes to stomaching risk? We could quantify that. For those of you who want to quantify it, you could go to Google and ask for risk allocation profiles, and there's going to be a million of questionnaires that'll help you determine what your risk level would be. So let's go to number 2 now. Number 2 is going to be diversification. I'm sure everyone on this video has heard the term diversification and how important it is not to put all our eggs in one basket. But what I think everyone forgets is diversification doesn't mean we have more than one, but it means we have something different. So you could have a million different investments, doesn't mean you're diversified. Diversification means that you have investments that do different things at different times. So for instance, they have to have what they call low correlation. Now that's beyond the scope of this call, but that's what we're looking for, low correlation investments. So we could have investments that are like stocks, which means we own some of the company. We could have investments like bonds, which means that company is indebted to us. These do not correlate usually, so they're usually a good balance from each other. So diversification. And again, there's many things dictating or helping us determine what's diversified and what's not. Number 3, fees and expenses. Now, unlike investment performance, fees and expenses are something I could see of what's going to happen. I don't know what the performance is going to be, but I could see the fees and expenses. So if we go to our 401k, we go to our IRA, and we're taking that list of investments, we're going to see what those fees and expenses are. Now, mind you, lower fees doesn't always mean a good thing. Just make sure we know what we're paying for. Now, when it comes to a 401k, it is required by the Department of Labor that your company finds the lowest cost investments for that kind of investment. Remember, a 401k, a retirement account that you have at work, is designed literally to help you get to a certain place. HR is going to want to assist you on that. And the last one, past performance. So a good indication of how to pick investments is kind of what has happened. What has that team done, that management team done in past years? And that might help us see what they'll do in future years. But I want you to think of past performance as, I don't know, if you were picking an athlete to play for your team. Now, an athlete that's a better athlete has shown throughout the years that they're going to perform better. But that does not mean that they're going to perform next year better. So make sure we understand that what has happened doesn't mean what will happen, but it can give us a judge. What we also got to remember is if we're looking at the past performance and we see the investment name, that doesn't mean the team that was doing it in the past is doing it in the future. What if that portfolio, that investment, their investment team left? Then those past performance don't mean anything anymore because the team making that decisions, making those performance are no longer there. There's a new team. So just take that into effect. I want to thank you guys for being part of this video. Hopefully you got a little something out of it. If you do like this kind of content, let us know. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, all that fun stuff that everyone on YouTube asks you to do, obviously. If you have a suggestion for a different video, again, let us know. Well, everyone have a great day and look forward to seeing you on the next one.